when we come out to events like this, I had a whole list of things I could read off and sort of share, and it sort of feels hard to do that right now because it's more of the typical speech that you would give at an event like this, but that would sort of ignore the reality that we saw this week at the legislature. And Nathan, I think you mentioned 12 years ago, I was thinking back to about the same time. Remember when I first started on council, and I had the privilege to sit at the City of Edmonton Youth Council. I remember at the time, one of the first things they were working on was pushing back because at the time the PC government wanted to get rid of the GSAs. And the Youth Council took a position, and they came out to the legislature that night. They were sitting in the legislature that night, just being present, trying to be a force to push back against the changes that were being made at that time. And actually they were successful at the time. And you sort of touched on this point around, yet as the years have gone on, we're seeing more and more targeted legislation against the trans community. And it's infuriating to see. It's sort of mind-boggling that this provincial government continues to pick on, well, almost everyone at this point. And so as a city, I know we don't have every lever possible to push back against that when somebody uses the notwithstanding clause to strip away the rights of people. We don't have a legislative tool from the city to overturn that. But what I can say, and I think I can safely speak for our council colleagues, is that we're going to continue to make our city as safe as possible for every member of the trans community. Because we need to be that safe space for folks. Just yesterday, and with like an hour's notice, I reached out to every one of my council colleagues, said, hey, we've got a proclamation for today, I'd like to record it. Are you available? And almost everyone was able to, and I want to make sure that folks know, not everyone could join because I gave very little notice, but the fact that we all sort of showed up to read out the same proclamation we're going to do today is a reminder that even though, a few blocks away, we have a government looking to strip away rights, I want to make sure people know you have a city hall full of a council that is ready to support you and to make sure this is a community that will stand up for you each and every day, that will support you, that will do everything possible to create a city that is safe and inclusive for everyone that we can. And I know it's going to be hard, and I know it's hard right now, especially over the last few days. But know that we're with you, know that this council is with you. We're not going to back down. We're going to continue to stand up. I'm going to continue to find ways to work with community and all of council to make it even safer, whatever it is that we can do. So we'll find ways to help. And I know it's probably not easy, but know that we're with you. And so I just wanted to make sure I shared that with you. I'm going to make sure we go through the same proclamation that you would have seen. But just know that if you need support, your council is here with you. I'm very fortunate to be serving as your mayor. I know that I want to be very clear that I speak for Councillor Morgan, I speak for all of council, and say, if you need something, please reach out. If you want to know, if you have friends or family who are feeling sad, frustrated, angry, remind them that this is a city that is going to continue to stand up for you each and every day. So with that in mind, I want to make sure we read out. Actually, Councillor Morgan, do you want to say anything?
No.
Okay, thank you. We'll go through this. Why don't you read I'll read the last line if there are more items. Sure.
So whereas each November we honor the memory of transgender people who lost their lives to anti-transgender violence, and whereas the Transgender Day of Remembrance helps increase visibility for transgender people and the transphobia they often face, And whereas transgender and gender diverse people in Canada are more likely than cisgender people to experience assault, online harassment, and unwanted sexual behavior. And whereas the City of Edmonton encourages residents to attend vigils, listen to members of the transgender community, and help remove legal and social barriers to safety and inclusion.
Therefore, I, Mayor Andrew Knack, do hereby proclaim November 20th, 2025, Transgender Day of Remembrance in Edmonton, Alberta's capital city.